Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Cyrus Creations, and I believe you all are doing great. Today is the first day of October and I want to wish you all a very blessed fall season. As you can see today, I have bring another sewing project in front of us. This sewing project is so much fun and I'm sure you're gonna love it. So before heading to our today's sewing project, if you are new to my channel, you're very warmly welcome and I'm sure you're gonna find something interesting to learn here. Just go ahead and subscribe. If you already have subscribed, I believe you're already enjoying all the wonderful projects over here. So this project is made out of a palazzo pant, and I thought especially it's a fall print, it's a beautiful, so let's show to my subscribers how to turn a fall palazzo pants into a fall beautiful dress. So let's go ahead and start it. All right, as you can see, I have a beautiful palazzo pants here, and these are two layers, the one side and the other side. It's a big, I really love it, but because my height is short, so I don't like to wear palazzos, so I'm gonna turn this beautiful fabric into a pretty dress. So because we have too much fabric, so we can play whatever way we want to play with it. So the first thing which we're gonna do, we're just gonna open our fabric from here to all that V area, inside opening, inseams we're gonna open, and then I will show you what's the next. Okay, so simply we're just gonna start cutting. Because by using even seam ripper, I'm not gonna save much fabric because this fabric is already sewn on edges. So it's easy for me just to cut it. Okay, so now that our fabric is open, I can show you something. So if you notice, our fabric is opening from the sides. I had bring my centerpiece into sides because now we can flip around. Okay, so you can stop over here. If you want to turn your palazzo pants into skirt, you just have to take this into the angle side and just have a straight stitch on both sides, and you will have your skirt already prepared. There's another technique you can do in the same way. Just close the sides, and rather than making any neckline, you can just add two straps, shoulder straps, and then you will have already dress prepared. If you are not too crafty or you are not expert to so much play with your sewing machine. But I gonna first straight this on angle way, stitch from sides, and my next thing is I gonna remove this, and then I gonna make a neckline, and the shoulder stitch and all that. So let's go ahead and start it. So first I'm going to remove elastic. There's so many different ways you can play with your fabric, and create your own designing. I'm just trying to cut around the edges so I can save the fabric, because I like the length of this palazzo pant, which will make a perfect dress. Okay, so this you can use, in other project. Okay, and now we're gonna straight our sides fabric first, and you see the bottom is already hemmed, so I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna use the same hem, you know. Straightening up your fabric. All right, so the first we're gonna cut from here straight because it's a straight, and which will give us a shoulder. I might need a cut more to have a shoulder cut here, but first I'm gonna cut straight so I can straighten up my fabric. All right, once you came here, then now you have to pick your angle, put your scale on a corner of your fabric and bring on angle way. Now you can have an idea how straight you need to your fabric. So you can either you know, mark your fabric before cutting, or you can use a rotary cutter, whatever way work for you. Okay, and we're gonna do exactly same thing on other side of you know, our fabric as well. Okay, so I have folded my both panels, you know, separately and just lay on top of each other nicely so you don't have any wrinkles into your fabric. Then I also straight my fabric from top area too, so now everything is perfect lining up. So the next part you just gonna need any t-shirt, you know, for measurements. Take your correct size, okay, and I have a flip inside out. I like in that way so I can get any extra, you know, measurements for seam allowance as well. Okay, so you're just gonna fold it, your t-shirt, into one fold in a center, and then bring that fold closing side, you know, because we're gonna make our neckline marking on this side and the armholes on other side. Okay, so just match shoulder seam allowance. Okay, so this one's supposed to be my back neckline. Just mark it. Okay, and then you have to mark our other, the front neckline. Same method, just place your t-shirt, line up in the center from here, and from here. It's up to you. If you want a little bit more deep your neckline, you know, you can do that too. I don't want much deep. Okay, so that's how you're gonna do that. But technique which I use so I can have a shoulder matches. So first I'm gonna cut the top fabric together because this gonna be little cut. Okay, and now you can cut other fabric. Perfect. Okay, now come to shoulder, and for this dress I decided to make a different kind of shoulder. So for that I now need to cut the armhole in a shape. Okay, all I just gonna have to, I need to mark the shoulder on top. which I needed almost, can measure it. So 3 prepared. So I will take 4.5 seam allowance on both sides. Okay, so total I gonna take a 4 inches. Just gonna mark it 4 inch. I'm just marking to have this idea, because for this dress I'm making this style sleeves. So we just have to cut a fabric, you know, like a half circle on a side, little half circle. So see that for this we don't need to have any shape of armhole. We're just gonna attach this panel straight here, so we will be fine. I hope that makes some sense. All right, so first prepare our neckline and attach our shoulder, and then I will show you what to do next. And for sleeves I have prepared this graph through this the shirt, which is a 17 inches long and 8.5 inch wide, and from bottom area you just have to take from a curve, like a circle area. Okay, so simply we're just gonna fold our fabric. Now it's up to you. If you have folded your fabric, this side is our opening side and the other side is closed side, so you can cut in that way too. So you don't need to sew on a top, because it's just a folded. But if you have a less fabric and you still want to use it, so you can use both sides opening. Okay, like I'm gonna do that. Okay, and then just place here, and we're gonna cut around the edges. Okay, and then we will sew these two layers together, and then we will have no more opening from this side. Okay, remember you have to have 2 layers, then you will get a 1 arm or sleeve actually. So same way we're gonna cut the other sleeve, and then I will be back. So as you can see, I have a prepared bias tape. I have a link on my YouTube channels where I have show you how to prepare that, which is so easy. Simply I just have a cut 1 full inch, the strips, and just fold it in a half. So now you can use this tape in 2 different ways. First, from using on your wrong side fabric to front, and the second way you can use, normally people use, if you don't want to have this black color outside, you can use from front to sew around the edges and bring inside. But because I like it, because I want to give a little bit of contrast with the black, so I gonna place on back to front. Okay, the good thing, you already know where is your center, so that will help you to easy to arrange your tape. Okay, so there's a center. Open it, and we're just gonna sew around like a 1/4 inch, same like when we do with our binder with the quills, in other project. I have a couple other videos where I have show you how to make a neckline or different designs of necklines with the fusible, using a different kind of interfacings. But I want to keep this project simple as much as I can. You might ask why I didn't attach the shoulder first. My technique is I like to first make a neckline and then, in a decent way to close the shoulders. But if you are comfortable before sewing the shoulder first and then the binder, just go ahead and do that way. Whatever way work for you, it's okay. Okay, so we're gonna sew on a 1/4 inch distance. That's our back, and we're gonna do same method, repeat with our front as well. So let's head to our sewing machine now. See that? So we're just gonna make a little couple cuts or notches. All right. So the second thing, now we're gonna sew other panel as well, neckline, and then we will iron them and flip inside. Okay, like this. And then we will make another top stitch on that. So first we're going to finish the front neckline now. So if you notice how nicely I have ironed this neckline, that's a back neckline. Same way I'm gonna show you how to do for front. Okay, so the first we're just gonna iron from front. Just right on top of your seams. Bring all seams up, and also the bias tape you have to bring on upside, no more fold. Use a steam if you can, so in that way your all stitches can get into shape, but make sure you don't burn your fabric. You have to check your iron settings. So I have right now on nylon, because my fabric is a stretchy nylon fabric. I mean, if you are new, I will suggest you work with the cotton fabric, because cotton fabric is easy to work with. If you see, I have extra bias here, bias tape. I did by a purpose. So at the finish of my project, I can cut all the extra fabrics. Okay, so now you can flip your fabric from back. See how nicely the curve is coming together? Circle. Okay, so the next thing, now we're gonna flip our binding inside out to our actual fabric, and gently we're gonna start ironing on top of this. Okay, so as you can see, our tape, as you can see, our neckline binder is nicely pressed. Now we can just stitch on top of this and the bottom of this, and our neckline will be ready. Okay, as you can see, I have a pin up my neckline. Just gonna sew around the edges. Okay, if I show you, now we have to do the second stitch to close our binder. Alright, so the front neckline is ready. Now let's go ahead and finish the back one, and then I will be back. Okay, so the next part we're gonna do, we're gonna attach our shoulder together from corner to corner, just from here to here. Okay, we're gonna sew this, and then we will come back to our shoulder part. So I have a pin up my sleeves to my shirt, and I'm gonna show you. So remember that we had to join these two parts together, so that's our center, and the same way this shoulder seam is our center. So we're just gonna pin those two the points together to keep in a center, and just gonna sew on top of those edges. Straight stitch and back stitch. Okay, so we're just gonna have a overlock stitch, to protect our fabric and stitches, and the same method we're gonna use with the other sleeve, and then I will be back. So if I show you after attaching our sleeves, see that how nicely they're looking. And now the next thing is we're gonna sew from sides, but before sewing from sides, I gonna leave 13 inches opening. You can check how much you want, because these sleeves, the layout of these sleeves, you have to have little extra opening because it's a part of design. Okay, and right on the bottom of here, I gonna add my loops, which I had to show you. I have prepared already here. So they're gonna go here. This loop is 4 inches long, so I gonna keep 2 inches loop. So that's mean the 1 inch will go on top inside, and 1 inch will go the bottom inside. This is just for the belt. If you don't want it, you don't have to. I just want to keep it. Even if I'm not using it, it's still gonna be there, so for design. So just mark your 13 inches with the pin. Okay, and then we're gonna keep these shoulders inside when we are flipping our fabric, and then we will sew. So I will show you the next process. So if I show you, I have a pin up my loop right under the sleeve which we had attached, and I'm sewing this on a single fabric just to to keep them stable on my front side fabric. Just sew around a 1/4 inch back fourth stitch. Okay, so they are done. So that will help us to, when we sew our two patches fabric together later, they're not gonna go anywhere because they already stitched with the fabric. I'm gonna show you how I have a pin up before I go to sewing machine. So this one is a 30 inches opening. You can pick and choose how much you want because these sleeves are go till here. So underneath I have to wear lining, so that's why they are perfect. Okay, so you see that how I have a take my sleeves inside. If I show you here, you can see it. Okay, so you're gonna just sew on top of these stitches. First you're gonna start with the back four stitch to protect your thread, and then you're gonna keep straight stitches on the 1/2 inch distance, and we're gonna keep sew till the end of our the hem. So let's do it. Okay, so we're just gonna do overlock on the side, and same process we're gonna do on the other side, and our dress will be almost done. And as you can see how easily we have turned a palazzo pant into a beautiful fall dress. If you notice, we have created a beautifully funny look sleeves. You can play with these sleeves very easily and still feel comfortable. If I show you the neckline, we have used a black binder with this light fabric which bring a perfect contrast to this project. And if I show you from back, you can see how nice and fine the belt made this beautifully fitting around the back. Not only you can play with this belt from the back, if you like, you can bring this belt because we have a loops. So these loops will help us wherever we want to bring our belt, we can take it. So you can either make a belt or tie on a back, or either do at front. Either way, it's gorgeous. You can play with your dress in so many different ways, or if you want, you can even use without the belt. That's not a big deal. But whatever way you're wearing, this dress is absolutely gorgeous. I'm already getting so many compliments, and I'm so excited to wear this on this fall. If you really like our today project, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Cyrus Creations. I'm looking forward to bring more DIY and sewing projects for you guys. Feel free to share with your family or friends so I can hit more subscribers. Love you all. God bless you all. Have a lovely, fabulous fall season. Bye-bye.